Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most historic houses in America, welcome to Mar-a-Lago.
The brainchild of Marjorie Merriweather Post.
She loved creating stuff, and she loved building things.
You know, the Mar-a-Lago controversy.
Mr. Trump also blatantly ignored legal restrictions at Mar-a-Lago.
Throughout the weekend, Trump holding meeting after meeting over at Mar-a-Lago.
These are Trump's people. Hundreds of them have come to Mar-a-Lago tonight.
The FBI has executed a search of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home in Palm Beach, Florida.
I said, what? The FBI who?
This video is brought to you by Hoseo, America's most advanced home buying and selling platform. Americans across the nation are saving on commissions with Hoseo.com. You can too. Check out Hoseo.com on the web or the Hoseo mobile app.
Built by Post in 1927, bought by Trump in 1985, raided by the FBI in 2022. Mar-a-Lago has been many things: a luxurious retreat, a political war room, and the epicenter of scandals that shook the nation.
The FBI is carrying out a search warrant.
Trump supporters here gathering outside of the former president's home.
But what's Mar-a-Lago's true story? How did Trump's Mona Lisa transform from a socialite's paradise to a political battlefield? Let's investigate. History of the resort. Marjorie Merriweather Post, visionary and heiress. Before Mar-a-Lago became a household name in politics, it was the dream of Marjorie Merriweather Post, an heiress and businesswoman with an eye for grandeur. Born in 1887, Marjorie was the only daughter of Charles William Post, founder of the Postum cereal company. From humble beginnings with a caffeine-free coffee substitute called Postum, the company grew into a giant. Postum made revenues of $101 million annually. Adjusted for today's inflation, that's nearly $3 billion per year. By the time C.W. Post passed in 1914, the company was worth around $20 million, approximately $650 million today. And Marjorie inherited it all. This made her one of the wealthiest women in America, but she didn't spend her wealth recklessly. Marjorie grew it. Marjorie expanded Postum by acquiring Birds Eye Frozen Foods. The company eventually became General Foods Corporation, one of the largest food companies in the world. But for Marjorie, business success was only a part of her vision. She wanted to create something timeless. She envisioned a palace so grand and magnificent that it would rival the most opulent estates in Europe. In 1924, Marjorie hired Joseph Urban, a legendary architect who designed the famous Ziegfeld Theater in New York, to bring her vision to life. And so the creation of the timeless masterpiece began, Mar-a-Lago. Marjorie drew inspiration from the Palacio de la Magdalena, a royal Spanish residence. Mar-a-Lago was completed in 1927, 3 years after it was commissioned. It was built for a whopping $7 million, which would be $123 million today. Built on a 17-acre slice of land between the Atlantic Ocean and Lake Worth in Palm Beach, Florida, the estate is approximately 12.86 football fields in size, perfectly embodying its name, Mar-a-Lago, meaning sea to lake. The estate spans 62,500 square feet, 126 rooms, and a 75-foot tower, characterized by smooth stucco walls, low-pitched clay tile roofs, and terracotta ornaments. It had rectangular L-shaped layouts with courtyards and Roman arcades, wood-cased windows with decorative iron trim. Additionally, Mar-a-Lago has rare European marble-lined halls. The ceilings are lined with intricate hand-carved wooden beams. The walls contain hand-painted frescoes worthy of a Renaissance chapel. Every inch of Mar-a-Lago reflected Marjorie's pursuit of beauty, art, and perfection. It was not just a home, it was Marjorie's masterpiece. Marjorie, a socialite and philanthropist. Marjorie had a strong interest in public service and high society. The estate became a playground where she combined these interests. She frequently hosted lavish dinners, parties, and social gatherings at Mar-a-Lago. And then she socialized with diplomats, politicians, and prominent figures like Winston Churchill, John F. Kennedy, Jacqueline Kennedy, and Henry Ford II. Yet, Marjorie did not forget her passion for philanthropy.
Marjorie Merriweather Post was, of course, a businesswoman at a time when that was rare. She set up a soup kitchen in New York. She donated to help out World War I veterans.
In 1969, Mar-a-Lago was made a National Historic Site and was placed on the National Register of Historic Places, and that kickstarted its transition from private estate to national treasure. Before her passing in 1973, Marjorie willed Mar-a-Lago to the US government with the hope that it would be used as a winter White House. She believed its vast space and location in Palm Beach would make it an ideal setting for presidents. But in 1981, the government returned the property to the Post Foundation due to its high maintenance costs, a whopping $3 million per year. The once grand estate sat in limbo, no longer serving the elite gatherings Marjorie had imagined. No one wanted it. Until a savvy businessman saw an opportunity to transform the neglected mansion. Enter Donald Trump. Trump's Masterstroke acquisition, the deal of a lifetime. The Post Foundation originally listed Mar-a-Lago for $28 million. In 1982, Trump offered $15 million, an insulting lowball offer that was flat out rejected. Several other buyers even signed contracts with more than what Trump offered, but their deals fell through before closing. Trump knew that he could wait, and he did. He quietly purchased the land in front of Mar-a-Lago for $2 million from the former owner of KFC and threatened to erect a massive skyscraper. Faced with the risk of their estate losing its allure and value, they had little choice. In 1985, Trump got Mar-a-Lago for a steal. He paid just $10 million for a national treasure. An underhanded tactic?
Everybody's always blaming me for everything.
Maybe. A masterstroke? Absolutely. The brand called Mar-a-Lago. Trump wasn't about to let Mar-a-Lago just sit there and eat money. He had a better plan. Just like Marjorie, Trump wanted Mar-a-Lago to be the ultimate playground for the rich. So in 1995, he transformed it into an opulent private club while carving out a lavish private wing for himself and his family. After all, what's a kingdom without a throne? Initially, the club's membership dues started at $25,000. During Trump's first presidency, the fees were raised to a massive $200,000.
Donald Trump is president of the United States.
And they currently stand at a staggering $1 million. For Trump, Mar-a-Lago became not just a home, but a revenue-generating enterprise and a global symbol for his wealth, status, and power. Use it as a stage for meetings with foreign leaders, business moguls, and Hollywood celebrities. The beef between Trump and the town council. This battle plays out like the Real Housewives of Palm Beach.
Taylor is literally yelling at me.
I'm sick of it!
But all I can think about in my head is that stupid cat meme.
No, we're not joking. Once, Donald Trump erected a flagpole measuring 80 feet. It was huge. However, the Palm Beach Town Council had mandated that residents flying flags on their properties should have flagpoles no higher than 42 feet, so Trump was blatantly defying the local norms. The Town Council did not let it go and fined Trump $250 a day. Trump filed a lawsuit against the Town Council and claimed a hefty $25 million in damages. Classic Trump move.
Oh yeah, get up there. Get up! Yes! Yes! Way to go!
He can turn a profit anywhere.
Life, finds a way.
But that's not all. Several issues popped up the moment Trump set foot in Mar-a-Lago. But the worst came when he ascended to the presidency.
The time for empty talk is over. Now arrives the hour of action.
A political symbol. When Trump ascended to the presidency in 2016, Mar-a-Lago became a political stronghold. In 2017, Trump hosted Chinese President Xi Jinping at his oceanfront club. As waiters served the dignitaries with a decadent chocolate cake, Trump leaned in and told Xi Jinping that he just ordered airstrikes on Syria.
We had the most beautiful piece of chocolate cake that you've ever seen. President Xi was enjoying it. And I said, Mr. President, let me explain something to you. We've just launched 59 missiles heading to Iraq.
Well, you headed to Syria?
Yes, heading toward Syria.
The moment went viral. Within a year, this chocolate cake summit had cemented Mar-a-Lago's reputation as a political playground. In 2019, Trump met Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. During that meeting, Trump recognized Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. The issue of Golan Heights was the immense diplomatic significance as the region bordered Israel, Syria, Lebanon, and Jordan. Control over this land has been a major issue in Israeli-Syrian relations for decades. The meeting didn't happen at the White House. It happened at Mar-a-Lago. The saga continued in 2020.
Jair Bolsonaro, Brazil's fiery right-wing leader, arrived at Mar-a-Lago. The two leaders established ties over trade, military cooperation, and a shared disdain for socialism in Latin America. Again, the meeting took place at Mar-a-Lago instead of the White House, and the critics weren't happy. Foreign dignitaries rubbing shoulders with the president at his private club, critics called it pay-to-play politics. And just when it seemed like Mar-a-Lago was only about power, influence, and deals, boom! The FBI stormed in. Lawsuit and fraudulent valuation. The FBI raid. In 2022, the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago and seized 11,000 documents, including classified materials. Out of these, 103 documents were top-secret SCI security clearance information. The raid was a pivotal moment in Trump's post-presidency career. It raised serious concerns about his handling of classified information and his compliance with federal laws. While Trump's supporters argued that the raid was politically driven, many legal experts pointed to the serious nature of the potential violations. In response to the raid, Trump filed a lawsuit against the Department of Justice seeking $100 million in damages. The lawsuit further claimed that the raid was unconstitutional and the DOJ and FBI's actions were politically motivated. New York versus Trump. In addition to the FBI raid, Trump and Mar-a-Lago became embroiled in a legal battle over the estate's valuation in 2022. The New York Attorney General Letitia James filed a lawsuit against Trump claiming that he had inflated the value of Mar-a-Lago to evade taxes.
Mr. Trump also blatantly ignored legal restrictions at Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago was valued on the false premise that it sat on unrestricted property and could be developed for residential use.
According to James, the property was worth just $75 million. But Trump's valuation of Mar-a-Lago was an insane $1.5 billion, a 2,300% increase. His team dismissed the claims as politically motivated.
For more details regarding this lawsuit, watch our video on Letitia James versus Donald Trump on Howzeo's YouTube channel.
Mar-a-Lago is a mixed blessing for the residents of Palm Beach, Florida. On one hand, statistics show Trump's ownership of Mar-a-Lago has increased property prices significantly. The number of $10 million properties in Palm Beach increased by 400% year over year in December 2024.
And the sales volume of luxury properties in Palm Beach increased by an astonishing 612%.
The Trump bump was real. On the other hand, many claim that his presence in Mar-a-Lago has introduced dirty politics into a classy neighborhood.
What does Mar-a-Lago mean to you? It's a special place?
It is a special. There's no place like it. You look, no matter where, it's just, there's nothing like it. And it's become really the heart of Florida in a way, but certainly the heart of Palm Beach, which is an important place. And I just don't think there's anything more beautiful in this country than Mar-a-Lago.
No matter what happens, Mar-a-Lago will likely remain a key symbol in the saga of Trump's rise to power. But what do you think? Is Mar-a-Lago a national treasure or a symbol of controversy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Howzeo's YouTube channel.